We call it hacking the algorithm in a way, so that we want really our business content to get more reach. And so what we teach a lot on is how to use your own personal profile to extend the reach of your business content. It's going to favor your content and ultimately help you get in front of more eyeballs, and you're doing it for free. And how you can hack the algorithm so you don't have to pay Facebook, but you can create content that's highly engaging, people are going to want to see, and more people that are the right people are going to see it.
This episode of The Insurance Dream is brought to you by
Insurance agents. Do you find yourself needing more companies to quote your clients through? Are you using aggregators or cluster groups and find yourself waiting on middleman underwriters for approvals on your quotes? Do you want direct access to more insurance companies without the slow, painful appointment process and heavy production requirements? If you answered yes to any of these questions, Insurance Professionals was built especially for you. Insurance Professionals offers agents instant access to top national home, auto, commercial, and life carriers. Our free multi-rater allows you to quote all lines of insurance with one data entry process, and quotes are available instantly. Our program provides direct carrier access to agents, so there are no middleman underwriters to wait on. Simply quote your insureds with our free multi-rater, pick the quote you want, and use your own credentials to log in and bind directly on the carrier's website. Our carrier selection includes Travelers, Nationwide, Kemper, Encompass, ClearCover, Chubb, National General, and more. We charge no upfront or monthly access fees. Get started today at becomeaninsurancepro.com. That's becomeaninsurancepro.com.
3 steps getting started with social media. Let's go. Social media is such a huge opportunity that we got to get you guys using this for your business. If you guys seen any of the lives and stuff we've done in our group, you've heard from people absolutely crushing it from all lines off of bringing stuff in for free off of social media for referrals and prospects and referral partners, in addition to whatever they're doing on the paid side as well, which we also focus on. But tonight we're talking about social media. So let's talk about that.
Awesome. And one quick note before we actually dive into the 3 steps here. And if you are new to social media marketing, you may have or may not have heard that pretty much every single platform that you use for social media is going to operate on an algorithm. Essentially, computers behind the scenes are massively collecting all of this data about users and how they're interacting with the platform. So one thing to keep in mind on social media, any social media platform that you use, we're going to talk a lot about Facebook because Facebook is one of the easiest platforms to get started with. But this applies to all social media platforms, is that you want to feed the machine in a way. Social media platforms exist to make money. And the way that they make money is by serving ads to
That
its
would have been a great question for Matt. We should have asked them that. But reveal. Social makes its money through ads for those that
Shocker.
don't know.
Shocker. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, all of these, LinkedIn, all of these platforms exist. They ultimately want to make money, and the way that they make money is through advertising to its user base. So you want to keep that in mind. And the way that we call it hacking the algorithm in a way, so that we want really our business content to get more reach. And so what we teach a lot on is how to use your own personal profile to extend the reach of your business content. So we're going to dive a little bit more into that, but you can see here we have this little meter that we put here because you really want to think about feeding the meter, keeping engagement high, which can be done through social posts, engagement posts, and educational type posts. that's going to keep that engagement high on your profile and help push your content further. And the reason why this is favored, Facebook and all of the platforms, they are looking at your content, they are looking at your profile, and the more they see people engaging with your content, the farther they're going to push it out to your audience, because it's keeping people on the platform longer, which means they can serve up more ads. So that's what we say when we say feed the machine. You really want to create content that's going to create engagement, keep people on the platform, because whatever platform you're using, it's going to favor your content and ultimately help you get in front of more eyeballs. And you're doing it for free without paying for the ad spend. So that's what we're going to get into, right? I'm excited if you're excited to learn more about this and how you can hack the algorithm so you don't have to pay Facebook, but you can create content that's highly engaging, people are going to want to see, and more people that are the right people are going to see it.
Perfect. And I see other hands raised. If you got your hand raised, just go ahead and ask them in chat and we'll get them answered. We're not going to do unmute right now because we get crazy, but we've got some good stuff to cover. But we may have a little bit of time at the end, maybe. But in the meantime, go ahead and ask questions in the comments. I already saw a good one from Alexander. We'll get that answered for sure. But yeah, I'm really excited. And before we hop into anything, because I don't think this is giving it away so far, this is a good question. Hopping into step one. Let me know in the comments, either write personal or business, what you think is the most important to generating leads and referrals and growing your business on Facebook. Is it personal or is it business? Let me know in the comments what you think of which one is the most important. I saw a cop out already that said both, and there's definitely one that's more important than the other for sure. Not that you shouldn't have both, but yeah.
I may have already given it away earlier.
Personal, business, personal and business. Yep. Okay. I've seen some good answers for sure. You can tell maybe who's used social a little bit or who hasn't, based off this, or just what people have heard mentioned as well. So this is perfect. Okay, yeah, I like these answers. So I think this is perfect. Hop in, Elle.
I love it. Well, David, do you want to talk a little bit about this on personal and business? So, and
this came up today. I actually spent some time with an agency owner today talking about this. Of their, hey, I really want to get into social. I want to grow my business. I want to get stuff coming from that. I know it's powerful. I'm not really huge into leads, or I need additional stuff in my pipeline. If that resonates with any of you guys, you're like, yeah, that's pretty much me too. Go ahead and write me in the comments. But I hear this all the time. And the very first thing I said is like, man, I really want to keep my personal private. I'm going to put that on lockdown, and I'm going to make a business page so I can grow my business and focus on my business page and get people coming in. And I told her right away that was the worst idea, and that is exactly the opposite way of how Facebook works. And that there's a lot. If you go out there online, all over the place, you'll see you got to have your business page, got to grow your business page. Keep your personal, keep your business. And that I'm just going to get a bunch of people to come like my business page, and that'll bring people through to my business. Maybe I even boost the post, whatever that is. And the general consensus out there is business pages. You'll see people offering social media services. Oh, we'll post on your business page a few times a week and charge you hundreds of dollars and stuff to do that. And that's going to help me grow. That is not how Facebook works. And Elle already mentioned a little bit behind that with the algorithm, right? Facebook makes its money through ads, right? And so with that, it makes zero sense for Facebook to want you to get your business in front of people for free to grow that, when instead you could be paying them ads. They got stockholders, they make money, they want to make that money, and so they do not want to do things that prevent them from making that money. And so the biggest thing with that is they don't want you to post just on your Facebook page, business page, and that get to everybody, because that means that you got out to an audience without paying them. And so they want you to run the ads, so your business page gets a limited reach. That means when you post on your business page, you could have 1,000 people following your business page, which isn't even a crazy amount, but you could have 1,000 people following that. You're literally lucky if you get 1 to a max of 3% that see something when you post it on your business page, because Facebook doesn't want to get in front of it. That means you're lucky if 10 or maybe 15 people out of that 1,000 are really seeing what you posted at all. And that's not a lot of an audience to get any sort of reactions from, engagement, reaching out to you for calls, appointments. And so Facebook purposely does that so that you spend on boosting or ads where it happily takes your money. And we're not going to get into boosting and ads because that's a whole separate thing. But the main point I'm making is that a business page is not where this is going to come from. Now, did I say a business page wasn't important? No, I did not say that. And so business pages are important and you do want to have them. And so, but think of a business page like almost a website, like something that people come to after they've already heard about you, discovered you somewhere else, and they're coming for information of what do you do maybe? How do I get in contact with you? What are your reviews, like Facebook reviews? Are you still in business and real? That's what people come to a business page for. But this is not where they discover you. Does anybody go on Facebook and just hop around to business page after business page to business page and just scroll through business pages? No one hops on. They hop on to see personal profile, personal news feeds. They're looking to connect with others. They're not scrolling through business pages. So no one's discovering you off the business page. Now, not saying that never happens, but in the vast majority, that's not how it happens. And so business pages aren't where that initial prospect or referral partner comes from. It's the exact opposite. It's a personal profile. So let's talk about, good question, David, and we'll get to that as well. But let's talk about why personal profiles work and are the exact opposite of the business page. Personal profiles work because Facebook does want those connecting people. They do want engagement. They do want interaction because it is a social platform. They do that inherent connections, attention, engagement, how you get sucked into looking at pictures of kittens and people's grandkids and your friends and what's going on, whether it's Facebook or other we're just talking about Facebook, but this is the same with all social media, is that getting sucked into it allows them to serve you more ads while you're on there and therefore make more money. It's very straightforward, guys. And so this is why the personal profile, as you get engagement, as you get people liking, commenting, sharing, people paying attention to your content, Facebook says, "Ooh, let's get this in front of more and more people." And so that's behind the personal profile. And this is where the real opportunity is. And I already saw in some of the comments of asking which one's more important. People being like, people buy from people. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. People they've connected with. People don't open I don't even know, phone books don't exist anymore, but people don't open something and randomly pick out a real estate agent or an insurance agent. They work with someone that they've connected with or they want to work with. That's like, yeah, I want to work with them. They seem like they know what they do. So this is why personal profiles are so much more powerful than business, because it's actually going to get you in front of people. It's going to get you connected with people. It's going to get them coming to you. There's all kinds of things that you can do with it. We go really in depth on strategies and stuff on this, but we're telling you off the bat that a personal profile is the power side, and the business side is where they can further get information, connect with you and stuff from that as well. But the personal profile is a big opportunity. So you do got to make sure you have both. You got to make sure they're set up in a good way as well. But that's kind of behind the personal and business side. Elle, did you have anything from hopping on there?
Just a couple of things I wanted to point out here, and feel free to continue asking questions. We're collecting them in the chat here if you guys do have questions. But just a few key things, because we want this to be actionable for you guys that are attending here. So if you have, this is David's personal profile here. Dang it, I'm trying to draw on this, but it's not drawing. So this is David's personal profile, the one on the right. You can also see that there's he's used his intro for a link, which you can definitely do. Just want to make sure that that link is either a landing page or something that where whatever they're doing and they're going to that link, that you have a way to collect information from them through some sort of form collection or something. So whatever that next step is, that it's something that makes sense for them to do or take an action. The other opportunity under the intro here is to link in business pages. So this Jumpstart Go page is actually this business page, which the call to action at the top of the page here is to send a message. So if you do not have your business page linked into your intro, definitely go do that tonight. Because as David said, the way that people are going to interact with you on social media is that they're first going to see your personal profile, see something that catches their eye, that resonates with them, that's going to make them click onto your personal profile, check out your personal profile, and then click into your business page, and then potentially reach out to you to send a message from there. Or they may potentially completely bypass your business page altogether and send you a personal message. So just keep that in mind, that we talk a lot about conversation marketing, and that's what we need. Conversations are the currency of this business. So the more conversations that you can have, the more opportunities you have to talk to people and move that conversation closer to a sale. So let me know in the comments. I know David's talking to some people in the comments here, but let us know in the chat if that makes sense, if you understand the progression. So personal profile is going to lead to that business page. And just wanted to point out, make sure that you have that linked in to your business page so that people can find your business. They can read reviews, they can learn more about what you do that way. But just keep in mind, they're going to be coming to you from that personal profile.
Yes, and we are collecting, Kaylin, good question, and David as well. We'll get those answered a little bit. Vernica, yours, since we just mentioned it, can you repeat what link we should add again? The link, well, one, you should have it linked to your business page. So you do want a business page, and you do want them to easily be able to go from your personal profile to your business page. So you see, I've linked their Jumpstart Go business page. They can click that, and they come look at my business page. You'd have it linked to your insurance agency or even a personal profile of, David, the insurance agent. It doesn't even have to be for an agency for branding yourself, which we do encourage. And then for the intro, you can have a link in your intro, like I've joined the best, insurance Facebook group out there, and with a link to the group, but you could have that link to your calendar. You could have that link where it's just a link to your messenger, where people click that and they can just send you something in Messenger and start a conversation with you. You can use it to a landing page that's a bit about you as an insurance agent. Really, that's an opportunity to use a link there if you would like to direct them to something. But those are probably the main options for call to action type links on your personal profile, if that makes sense. And Diana, yes, it's being recorded.
And Jordan, we'll get into this in a minute, but Jordan's asking, can I link my Google reviews to my Facebook page? I have 1 review on Facebook and 75 on Google. That's awesome that you've got 75 reviews on Google. One way that you can really highlight those and bring those into social media is screenshotting those and creating a graphic around them and then sharing them regularly on Facebook. If you are using social media strategy, I would also encourage you to start collecting those reviews on Facebook as well.
You can make videos from them. You can do all kinds of stuff. Bonus points if you're actually connected with your customers on social, which we very much recommend, as well as your referral partners. And you tag them in that screenshot of the review they left, and they are very likely to share that, to comment on it. Yeah, absolutely loved my experience, everything there. And so we do encourage you to be connected with your prospects, with your clients and referral partners on Facebook. It's very powerful, and they will promote you, they will share you, they will remember to send referrals to you because you stay on their mind, all kinds of stuff. And so there's a lot of value to be added there. But all good questions. We'll answer some more of those as well, and kind of how to leverage those things too.
All right, step 2, audience. You want to dive into this one, David?
Oh, there's some good questions coming in. We'll definitely have a Q&A at the end a little bit on these, because there's some good stuff in, and I want to answer them, but I want to make sure we get you everything that we told you we talk about. So after we get through the step 3, we'll answer some of the questions. So keep them going though. So the step 2 is build your audience, right? Like, you could have the best social profile, be implementing great strategy around that. But if you don't have anybody you're connected with come see that, to engage with it, to come to you as a prospect, or to refer to you, or to be a referral partner with you, then it doesn't do you really any good. Like, it's like going outside and screaming into the night. It's not gonna do anything. It's like just putting something out on social, but Facebook isn't showing it to anybody. So you got to build your audience. And does that mean, let me connect with everybody? Let me go hop on Fiverr and purchase 1,000, followers and stuff like that? No, absolutely not. It doesn't do any good to have an audience that isn't the right audience, or isn't the people you want to be connected with anyways, right? What's the point? If your audience is a bunch of 5-year-olds, they can't purchase insurance. That's not a great audience for you guys. And so you want to make sure it's the right audience. And so with that, you do got to build those connections. You do got to build that network. And with social, it's easy, it's fast, it's effective, much more so than going and spending, years and years and millions of hours at networking events trying to connect with some people for 10 minutes at a time. So social is very, very, very powerful and made for this. And this is why it works so well. And even a brand new person just hopping on social, which we actually had an example of a couple of weeks ago on a Facebook Live we did with Christy. I think it was last week, actually. Brand new agent, did never use social or video at all. Came in and started using social media, doing 40,000 in production off of social media, off of free leads and referrals coming off of that.
She doesn't even write business in the same state she lives in.
Yes.
She lives in a different state than she's writes
remote.
business in.
So,
and she's doing 40,000 in production a month using social media.
We've had people we've helped come in with not even having a Facebook account, not even like they literally creating a Facebook account, no friends, no connections or ever, and they build that and have the business, the leads, the referrals come through. And so social's perfect for that. So with that, you got to connect with the people that are ideal prospects and referral partners and centers of influence. Those are kind of the main areas, but you build up the right network of people. So who is your ideal prospect and connecting with that audience? And there's a lot of ways to do that, but referral partners are some of the easier ones to connect with. Business owners, especially if you connect with real estate or loan officers, if you're P&C, for example, or mortgage protection on the life side, whatever that is, connecting with those type of people in audience, which is a ton of ways you can do it. I'm not going to dive into all those tonight, but that's the audience you want to deal with, right? The audience you want seeing your stuff, the audience you want connecting with you, the audience you want referring other similar audience to you as well. And that's what you want to build for your audience so that you can actually leverage social and have the people seeing what you're putting out.
And this is something that we work extensively with our clients on, really helping them get crystal clear on who that dream ideal client is for them. But some just quick tips on this for your referral partners, for your ideal client. Definitely want to think through, the products you sell, the solutions you offer, and who's a good fit for that. Who's a good fit for that? Where do they hang out? What are their interests? What are their hobbies? And where can you start finding them and connecting with them online? Facebook groups is a great place for that. So that if you get stuck or like, I don't really know where to connect with people, find your local Facebook groups for neighborhoods, your city, your state that you write business in. Also people that match certain life stages that if you are more in the senior market, there's Facebook groups for that. Start connecting with people there. This is a much more strategic way to start building your audience instead of just building your audience just for the sake of building the audience, because that's not really an audience that you can, they may or may not be a fit. So when you start putting strategy behind your friends list, because Facebook gives you 5,000 connections, that's 5,000 people that you can potentially connect with, that you can build your entire friends list with ideal prospects. And keep in mind, 10% of the market is ready to buy now. 90% of the market will be ready to buy at some point in the future. So even if they're not ready to make a decision today, you want to show up on their social media feed. So when they are ready to make that buying decision, you're the person that they're reaching out to and calling.
So, and that's an incredibly important piece that Eljo should drop right there, is treating your social like a pipeline. A lot of you guys understand pipelines, whether you work leads or anything, have been in sales at all. You have a pipeline of people that you're working, that people are going to be ready to buy right when you connect them, one call close or on an appointment, or people that, next month, next quarter. And so treating your social like a pipeline of having those people that are ready right now, people that are you're continuing to build up that rapport with, they're getting to know you a little bit through social and build that trust, and now are ready next month and next quarter. And so you have a flow of people coming in for sales and referrals, just like you would a leads pipeline as well. So treat your social like that. And that's what we're talking about, building this audience and building this pipeline. Let me know if this makes sense. Write yes in the comments. This makes sense as far as this audience portion of the social media. And this is why you don't want just a couple hundred friends or connections on social, especially of not the right connections. Great family, friends, and your clients and stuff. But you want to expand beyond that. And so let me know if that makes sense. Just write yes down below with that. But also, like I mentioned with your business page, only getting a tiny fraction of people seeing anything that you post on there that follow your business page. Also, not all of your friend connections see what you post as well. Only a fraction will see it, but it'll be a much larger portion of that sees it. And then if it gets engagement and activity on a much larger portion of our audience will see that as well. And so that's why if you have a few hundred, you're like, or 500, you're like, man, I have all these connections. I have 500 connections. Well, in reality, only some of them are going to see stuff as you're posting. So you're not really getting stuff in front of 500 people all the time. So this is why you really want to build up into the thousands with these connections and continuously grow this, because this is what's going to drive people in there. So, but yeah, so that's the step 2. I know we're probably a little behind on this. We got a lot to cover, and like I said, there's gonna be more of these. These are recorded. Andrew, we got you on the comments. So let's go ahead and hop into the third one. I think this makes sense. But if you got any questions on that, go ahead and ask those, and then I will we'll answer those at the Q&A portion right after step 3. But really great questions, everyone.
And there's some people asking in the chat about so the interview that we did with Christy Schultz last week, where how she's using video and social media, and she's grown her production to 40,000 using social and video. If you want that resource, you can just put video in the chat here. We'll save the chat afterwards and we'll get in touch with you. Somebody from our team will get in touch with you to make sure that you've got that resource. It's also in the Marketing for Insurance Facebook group. I think it might still be pinned to the top because it was just last week that David did that interview.
It's not pinned to the top right now, but I will tell you,
okay.
you can write video in this, but I will say we kind of only see your first name and stuff right now, so it might be a little harder. If you just post in the Marketing for Insurance Agents group, I would like Christy's video. We will definitely get you that and shoot that over. That's the easiest way to do it. Here, I only see first names on some people, so it's going to be real tough to find Steve in a group of 25,000 with 50 Steves. So if you post in the Marketing for Insurance group to say, hey, I'd like Christy's video, then we will send that to you. And we got a whole bunch of other resources and stuff that we can send. We have a bunch of free stuff for you guys because that's what we do is we create this stuff for you guys to provide value, you guys get to know us before you ever even consider potentially working with us. And so we got a bunch. So just post in the group and say I want resources. Cool. We'll go connect and we'll get you resources. That's the easiest way for sure.
We'll also tell you at the end how you can connect with our team to get more resources and also learn about working with us as well.
Cool. Step 3.
All right. Yeah. Step 3. So this might seem a little obvious, but this is going to be the key to your success. I promise you. And it's going to be to post consistently with your content. So people ask us how much do I post? We really recommend posting 1 time a day at least. At the bare minimum, you want to post at least 5 times a week, but really every single day. Your content doesn't have to be these, crazy, fleshed out, thought out post or video or anything like that. They can be very easy questions that you're asking your audience. We roll call, where are my friends from? Or if it's a holiday, can I get a Merry Christmas from every state? Or can I get a Happy Valentine's from every state? Just getting that interaction, even if it's very quick, easy interaction, Facebook picks that up and it feeds the machine. It feeds the algorithm. So I've got the little meter here. And there's really 3 buckets that your content will fall into. It's going to be engagement content, which is what I just said. That's just that very easy this or that. Are you team Android? Are you team Apple? That type of stuff that just gets really easy engagement, and it's very easy for people to respond and comment. the entertain. So that can be funny jokes, that can be things, that can even be things that are going on in your life that you're sharing and talking about. If you're a really busy parent and you're keeping up with your kids all the time, you can, share funny stories or funny things that your kids said, or if you really like dad jokes. I think at one point, there was somebody that was in marketing for insurance agents, and he had a calendar of dad jokes. So it was like every single day was a new dad joke, and he would just share that on his social media. But it was really great social content. People would, do the ha-has and react to it. So that's
point being that
comment.
Point being, you don't need to spend, 5, 10, 15, any crazy amount of time, unless it's a very important piece you're putting together something. But in general, it shouldn't take more than 30 seconds, a minute, a couple minutes to have a post done and out there. You're spending more time than that, you're overthinking it. You're doing too much there. These should be quick, especially because it's you, your life, it's engagement type stuff where you're just asking them a question or telling a quick story or something, which could be just shooting a 30-second video. It does not have to be stuff that takes up a ton of time and energy. And on the flip side, Elle, you're talking about one at least in everything I'm posting. The reason we're saying that is because a lot of people are like, oh, I don't want to post too much. I want to know my audience. Or I have yet to meet almost any person that's ever posted too much, because you also have to understand, like we mentioned, only a portion of your audience sees a post. If you were to post 5 times back to back to back, that does not mean all your friends' connections saw 5 things in a row, or 5 things in a row came onto their newsfeed. In reality, only a piece of your audience would probably see each one. And at most, maybe someone would see 2, maybe show up in their newsfeed. So you are not doing too much content. I'll go ahead and tell you that you're not doing too much. So doing at least 1 a day, staying in front of your audience on their mind is really the minimum I would definitely do. And like I said, it does not have to take up a lot of time. But getting to one of the most important areas, you're doing this engagement, you're doing this entertaining. But Elle, what is the next area of the business side of this a bit?
Educate. So it doesn't, and this is the piece that really brings it all together. So we'll sometimes see like both sides of this, but not really all of it brought together in a strategy. We'll see people posting a lot of like inspirational or entertaining content or engagement type content, but they're leaving out that educational piece of it, where they're actually talking about their business. They're talking about the solutions that how their products are helping people, talking about their client success stories and how they're helping clients, how they're helping them save money or get better coverage, or helping them during that time of need where, everybody at some point has had, that phone call and has been able to help their clients in that time of need, whether it was a loved one passing, a car accident, helping them file a claim, whatever it is. And that's really where you can start to shine of how you help your clients and what it looks like to work with you. You're really helping to paint that picture for them of, oh, wow, when David is my agent, it's somebody that I know I can reach out to, that I can trust. And that takes it that next level, that next step of through your engagement and your entertainment content, people are interacting, you're feeding the algorithm, and then they're also seeing you as a person that they know and like. But it's really through your educational content is where that trust is going to be built, that you're really going to start to establish yourself as an authority of somebody that they know that they can rely on to help them solve a specific insurance related problem that they're experiencing in their life or business. Or it also gives you an opportunity to educate people about the importance of having the right coverages in place, maybe why state minimums are not the way to go, and how to make sure that they even have the right coverages, why life insurance is important. What does that transition look like as they're getting ready for Medicare? All of these things are important things that your audience likely doesn't know about. They don't even know what they don't know. So the education piece really bridges that gap for them. And the one thing to keep in mind with the educational and business content, it's not going to get as much engagement And that's totally okay. And it's totally normal. That's why that's why you do the engagement and the entertainment content, is to continue feeding the machine. So when you do put out that educational content, it goes further. And here's the thing, a lot of people that are buyers, they're not the people that are engaging on your content. They're deciding whether or not they're going to reach out. They're deciding if they're going to take that next step. They're not necessarily engaging on your content, but that doesn't mean that they're not seeing it. And it doesn't mean that you're not building that trust and rapport with them through social media.
And Elle made a really great point a second ago on there as well on educating your audience. Think about this. With like a lead from a lead source vendor or something like that, when you connect with them, they are where they're at. They know as much as they know about insurance, which is probably nothing or very little. They may or may not know that they even need it, why it's important. And you're now connected with them, and this is your chance to try to have a conversation with them, try to get them a point. But if they aren't even aware they need it, want it, or are looking for it, or like why they need it, why it's important and stuff, then you don't really have the opportunity there to really try to even get them to that point. Yes, you can, but it's tough. Whereas on social with this, you almost get to develop the prospect into being your perfect prospect, already knowing they need this, want this, why this is important, as they're coming to you, where they're an easy sell. They already understand this. They're going to stick with this, because you get to educate them and get what you want them to know before they're even coming to you. So that's a huge value, because now you're getting a much higher quality person coming through to you versus someone that's like, I heard something about insurance, someone reach out to me. What is this? Do I have to even buy this? Versus, hey, I've heard about why life insurance is so important, why I need it. I heard, it's not that expensive as probably what I expected in my mind, all these things. Yeah, I'm ready for you to help me. Absolutely. You've taught me all this stuff. So of course I'm working with you. And that's kind of a power of social media right now. So, Elle, do we have anything else on step 3? I know we got a ton more to cover in these other master classes.
Well, we have a lot. Yes,
Yeah.
I know we're past time. I want to make sure that we have time for questions. So this is your last chance to, if you have any questions, be sure to drop them in the chat. And we will do our best to answer all of them. But I do want to screen share here and show everybody how they can book a time with our team to either get resources or to learn more about working with us. So we do work with clients in helping them implement all of the strategies that we are talking about. This is kind of very high level, but we really wanted you guys to have some actionable steps that you could take away with you. Write yes in the comments if you took one nugget away from what we talked about. If you maybe thought about something that you haven't thought about before, or you feel ready to maybe go ahead and start optimizing your Facebook profiles, you feel ready to start putting some content out there, seeing a lot of yeses come through, that's awesome.
And I did want to say, because I saw people that were requesting the Christy resource or a replay and stuff before, if you're not in the Marketing for Insurance Agents group, which I think either Amy or Francis will drop the link here, please go join that free Facebook group, as that is where the resources are at. That's where we'll get them to you. That's where it's probably easiest for us to find you and get those to you, versus maybe only seeing a first name here, which is going to be hard to, after this is done, try and find you and get that to you. So please go join that group and just even comment in there like, hey, looking for the resources or any resources, and we'll get those to you guys. The Facebook group, someone Amy or Elle or Francis will drop the link for you guys in there real quick, but it's just literally called Marketing for Insurance Agents. It's 25,000 insurance agents in there. The link just got dropped in the comments there. So if you're not in that, that's the easiest place to go. So know where we're going to do new ones of these insurance marketing master classes, all the past trainings we've done in there, connect with a bunch of agents and referral partners. Just go join the free group. It's free. So go join that. And that's going to be the easiest way for us to get you those. So.
And if you would like to book a call, like a 10 or 15-minute call with one of our team members, and you want to, explain to them where you're at with, if you're new, if you're captive, selling life insurance, PNC, Medicare, whatever, talk a little bit more about where you're specifically at in your insurance business. Here's the link to book a call with one of our team members, and they can actually curate resources specifically for you, and also tell you a little bit more about working with us to help you implement these strategies. So as I mentioned, we work with clients day in and day out on helping them implement these marketing strategies, but not only the organic social media side, really building out a full, diversified, healthy pipeline, and also how to really supercharge this with automation as well, so that they are working leads in their sleep through email, through SMS, and really optimizing every single opportunity that's hitting the pipeline. So if that's something that you're interested in learning more about, I dropped the link in the chat. And yep, David's gonna pull it up. And you can book a call if you already know somebody that's on our team, Michael, Tyra, Francis, or Casey. Feel free to book directly onto their calendars and have a conversation with them. Or you can just click book a call to learn more, and that will go to our general calendar, and you'll be connected with one of our team members. So if that's something that you're interested in, go ahead, click the link, book the call, and they can also make sure that you are getting to the Marketing for Insurance Agents Facebook group, make sure that you get all of those resources, and tell you a little bit more about what it looks like to work with us inside the Closers Click.
And all these guys are super friendly. They only take the nicest people out there. And this is just a call to get you some free resources. What can best help you, connections, or if you're looking for a game plan for growing your business, then they'll talk with you on that. 10-15-minute calls. Just hop on whenever you're free with those guys. They're always happy to chat and get you whatever free resources and other stuff that we have for you guys. So feel free to go ahead and take advantage of that and hop on with those guys. But with that, we're going to go ahead and answer some questions. Feel free to go ahead and to book a call if you'd like. But let me go ahead and bring up. Uh-oh, I lost my shared screen. Oh, there it is. Okay, I don't need the shared screen. I have the questions. So I'm going to go through these. If we didn't get to yours, or it may look like we didn't spot yours, go ahead and you can copy and paste it in here. But I think we got most of these questions captured. So Alexander wanted me to talk real quick about Facebook jail. Yes, it's a thing. Facebook wants to prevent spam and bots, and kind of so that people stay on Facebook and use it versus saying this is garbage and leaving, which costs them money when people go away. And so Facebook does have limiting factors behind it. A lot of it comes down to, are you acting like a spam or a bot? Because it's all automatic. It's not someone manually going through and flagging these things. It's all automatic based on the algorithm. And so with that, a lot of it comes down to how fast you are commenting, messaging people. If you're not even connected with those people, that's a factor as well. Are you copying and pasting messages to people? Stuff like that. That is all stuff that tends to get the Facebook bans on a feature, or if you do it enough over time, even the profile. And Facebook may ask you to provide a picture of your driver's license, other things as well. So usually first time, second time, stuff like that, it's not too bad. But if you continuously repeat this stuff, you get banned further and further to eventually could have your Facebook account shut down. Now that's pretty big, but Facebook jail happens. It just means slow down on how much you're using that feature, how quick you're going, spread it out, and basically don't act like a bot would, and it makes it easier for you not to end up in Facebook jail. If there's a more specific question there, Alexander, let me know. I can talk a lot on that, but I don't want to go too crazy in depth because there's a lot of questions on there. If you have something specific, let me know. Can cover that. David's asking, don't hashtags overcome that restricted exposure a little bit? Hashtags aren't as big as they are like on Twitter and stuff on Facebook, or on Instagram. So using hashtags on Facebook doesn't quite work the exact same way, and it does not get you a bunch more exposure dropping hashtags or on business pages. Facebook knows that, so dropping some hashtags on your business posts on your business pages doesn't get them in front of a bigger audience, really. So it would be nice, but that's not exactly how it works. And hashtags aren't really designed that well for Facebook versus other platforms. So I wouldn't spend a bunch of time on hashtags, really. It's, occasionally doing a couple on a post every once in a while probably won't hurt, but it's not going to probably have the same effect that you would think it would have based on some of the other platforms. Alexander says I can't do marketing on your business page. That's fine, unless you're planning on running ads, in which case you probably just need to create a separate business page, attached to a separate business card, different name, attached to a different profile. If your page got banned, for example, you can do that, get around that. That's fine. But ultimately, what we're talking about with social and stuff, it's no worries. Even if you got blocked from doing ads off your business page, no worries. You can still run all the social stuff because it's based off your personal profile anyways. Let's see. Kaylin, do I really want public looking at my Facebook page? I don't want to share my opinions. Kaylin, you absolutely want them looking at your business page. If you want referrals, leads, business coming in off Facebook, then yes, you absolutely do want that. And so this is really treating your social as a business page. And you shouldn't have to really do much with your personal side. You still want to share yourself. The only thing that you may want to limit on the personal profile is stuff that's going to alienate any portions of the audience that you do want. Now, if you're a person that's like, hey, I would never, ever in a million years work with someone who has different political opinions than me, and I don't connect well with them, they're not my ideal audience at all, and other stuff, then yeah, have your opinions, and that's fine. You're not really alienating an audience because you would never work with them anyways. Now, most of us, we do want to work with anybody that we can potentially help. And so in that case, yeah, you may not want to use certain opinions, other things that's going to alienate a portion of your audience. That's just kind of a business principle in general. But you do want to be yourself on your personal, but you do want to maybe just a couple things if you need to limit opinions or form them in such a way that's not alienating. But that's it. Other than that, you do want people seeing your personal, seeing you, connecting that with your business, coming through to you as referrals or leads and prospects. So it is kind of a combination of mixed together. At the end of the day, people work with people. They don't work with some nameless business or some random business page. They work with people that they want to work with. Jordan, can I link Google reviews to my Facebook page? I run review on Facebook and 75 on Google. I think Elle went through that answer a little bit there. And I would say, off the people that left you Google reviews and stuff like that, ask them if they can also leave the review on Facebook. Even if it's just copy paste their Google review, but get those reviews on Facebook too, because when people Google results, especially local results, it'll show your Google reviews, but it also they usually pull your Facebook reviews and show that on the Google results as well, because Facebook's one of the few platforms they do that with as well. So it's important to get those on Facebook as well. Or if you're using Facebook social strategies and they're coming from your personal to your business, then they're going to see those reviews on your business page too. So make sure you're also getting them on Facebook, although I would say overall, for a few different reasons, Google are even more powerful than Facebook, but better to get them in both. But those are the two main ones I focus on is Google and Facebook. Let's see, I think I've got a few more. Okay, I know I saw a few more. Donna says, do I need to make a business page? Can I use my regular page? Do make a business page and have that as well. But it serves a different purpose than your personal and for the strategies, but you want a business page too. And does it need to be the name of your agency, or if you have an agency or anything like that? No, it can just be, I think it's Donna that's asked it. Yeah, Donna. It can just be Donna, your insurance gal, Donna, the health insurance gal, or whatever. You can name it just personally kind of to yourself for the business page. It doesn't have to be the name of an agency, and connect that. So, but you do want one so they know how to get in touch with you. People can leave reviews for you, all that kind of stuff. There's a lot of reasons to have one. All this applies to Facebook, LinkedIn, and Twitter. In some capacity, yes. They are a little bit different. You wouldn't use the same social strategy on LinkedIn, for example. It's already made for business. It's just connecting with people and having conversations. The algorithm doesn't work quite the same. Twitter, a little bit different as well. But the idea is there, connecting with the audience, conversations, them bringing them to you and stuff like that. It's just Facebook as one of the biggest audiences and is made really, really well to do this. And it's the first place I would start. And then LinkedIn if you're doing commercial and stuff like that as well. And then you can always expand others. But don't try to do everything under the sun because you won't end up doing anything well. That's one big piece to take away as well. Don't go do 3 different platforms. Focus on one, like Facebook, and do it well. And then you can do that later on. Yeah, Alexander, with them banning, if it's connected in any way, shape, or form to your same profile, to the same business card, to your business name, other things like that, then it's already flagged to automatically ban the new page and stuff as well. So that's why everything has to be clean if you're creating a separate business page account to run ads. So it gets to be a pain in the butt. Yes, I do agree there. Okay, I think I got most. Cindy did ask a question: are there any good sources you can cite to find life insurance marketing content in your health? Now, this is something I do want to address because a lot of you guys are familiar with Hearsay Social or different things out there for content. Using that generic content, grabbing and putting it out there is not going to get engagement. It's not going to get interest. It's not going to drive people to you. It's actually going to hurt your algorithm when it doesn't get any interest and because it's super generic stuff forever. So I would highly recommend do not use that stuff because that's just filler stuff. And yeah, if you want to put a couple of those things on your business page, sure. But do not use those on your personal and as part of your social media strategies. It's only going to hurt it because no one reacts to that stuff. No one comments. No one's engaging. No one truly finds it valuable because it's super generic. It's not you. It's not your personality. It's not something that's personal, like in response to your audience. If you're connecting with, you're just grabbing a piece of content thousands of others are using and trying to use that too. So don't go grab and use shared content. Really, it's not going to have the effect that you think it is. And I think we got all the questions. If we missed anything, just comment in the Facebook group. We'll make sure to get that answered and stuff for you. Once again, though, if you want to grab a 10, 15-minute call with some of our team to get you the resources, maybe your life insurance, we can get you some of the life insurance trainings we've done, or if you're PNC or health, or you're like, hey, I'm really interested in automation, things like that. Just grab a call with them and they can find which those trainings are to send those over to you guys. Or if you're like, hey, I'm really looking to add social to grow my business, or I'm really focused on building my team and really growing significantly. And I want to know how to do that. I want the support behind that. I want accountability. I want everything with that. And they can help you put a game plan together, as well as kind of what we do with agents that we so successfully help them grow and scale their sales, their production. But yeah, just use that link. Elle, do you have anything final words before we hop off? I know we went a little over today, but appreciate you guys all having such great questions and being so involved with us all evening.
Thank you, everybody that jumped on and joined us tonight. Definitely be on the lookout for our future master classes. We'll still be doing Facebook Lives in the Facebook group, but we'll also be doing these as well. So have a great evening. Thanks, everybody. Bye.
Thanks, everybody. And I just dropped the link once more to the group. If you're not in it, go ahead and join that there. That's where you'll see us all the time and be able to get resources and these future insurance marketing master classes too. So thanks, everybody. Appreciate you guys being here.
Bye.